office and apply for jobs at fightplumbing.com.
Now, we can all stand to learn a little bit more about saving money. So Andy Taylor's here with a new financial program that is something for everyone.
AARP isn't just for retired people. While they focus on issues affecting people 50 and older, they also offer a host of free services for anyone, including a new savings tool. It's called My Savings Jar. Now, it's designed to help people on tight budgets save for unexpected expenses. The tool connects you with local resources and accounts that don't charge service fees. And many older adults and working families are just one emergency away from serious financial hardship. So financial planner Terry O'Grady says saving for emergencies is easiest when you set something up on autopilot.
There's always that struggle. Well, it's just sitting there. It's not making any money. Shouldn't I have that invested in something? I always remind folks, no, that is your emergency fund. It's got to be liquid. If something happens this afternoon, like the roof starts leaking, you need new tires, or you have an unexpected dental bill, you don't want to have to go to the credit cards.
The rule of thumb for emergency savings is 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Terry says for older Americans, the idea of retirement is changing financially.
Keep in mind that even just doing a part-time job in retirement, if you could only earn $10,000, yeah, maybe it's not what you made when you had a full-time career, but every $10,000 you can earn in retirement is like having a lump sum.
Well, so far, some 5,000 people have joined My Savings Jar since it first launched back in May.
All right, Andy, thank you. Now, 2 months after massive immigration raids in Mississippi, we are back in the community that's been divided both emotionally and economically. We're seeing everything from how the raids are forcing schools to offer new services to how they're leaving families to consider closing their businesses. That's tomorrow, right here on The Now.
And sunshine this afternoon leads to a beautiful sunset this evening. 47 to magic numbers. We go through the overnight hours. 75, your high temperature tomorrow. We're starting the gradual warm-up. Temperatures will peak around 80 degrees as we get to Thursday and Friday. During the day tomorrow, again, sunshine from start to finish. Noontime temperature 68, 75, the afternoon high. That's all for the Now, Indy. The news at 6 starts right now.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Just weeks after a 14-year-old boy was killed while riding his bike on his neighborhood street, his mother is now pushing to make the street safer.
A school superintendent is expected to step down amid a coach controversy. Call 6 Investigates is looking into what could be behind the sudden departure.
5 people injured in an overnight apartment fire, including 4 police officers. Tonight, we're hearing from one of the witnesses.
Good evening. Now at 6 tonight, a call to action following a deadly collision. A mother grieving the loss of her teenage son is talking to RTV6 about changes she wants to see happen. Her son was killed in a hit-and-run crash last month while riding his motorbike.
RTV6's Nicole Griffin reports the teen's family is pushing to make their streets safer while also calling for whoever did this to turn themselves in.
The street where he would ride his motorbike every day, there is now a memorial remembering the life of 14-year-old Luis Daniel Patino Ortega.
There are days where we just can't believe it.
Maria Pimentel Gannon is a longtime family friend who is helping translate for Luis's mother.
They were very good friends. He was her buddy.
It is not easy for her to talk about September 11th, the night of the hit and run. She says Luis Daniel was running an errand for the family when minutes later his brother came in with news that would change their lives forever.
Then all of a sudden Fernando ran inside and said, "Mom, a man came by and he said that my brother was out there. But I think it's Luis Daniel because I can see the motorbike." And then after that, we never got to see Daniel again.
Ortega says speeding drivers on their dark street has been a concern of theirs for a long time.
And even Luis Daniel was saying, we need to have speed bumps because someone's going to get hurt. She said, but never in our worst nightmare did we think that it was going to be our son.
After the hit and run crash, people who live here along Coyle Street complained to the Mayor's Action Center that they want more streetlights along this road. IPL confirms they have received 4 proposed locations, 4 new lights, and right now they are in the design phase and trying to determine how much that will cost. As for the speed limit on Coyle Street, it's 30 miles per hour. In order to get it lowered, I informed the family they must have 75% of their neighbors sign a petition, and then DPW will do a traffic study. But until then, they want whoever took their son away from them to turn themselves in.
The message that they want to give is that they don't harbor any ill towards this person.
The family says they will never forget, but they have forgiven. Working for you on the north side, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Tonight, we have put in calls to Metro Police to get an update on the investigation. The family says as far as they know, no one has been arrested.
A Central Indiana school superintendent is expected to step down tonight, a year before his contract expires. Mike Springer is the head of the Northwest Hendricks School Corporation. Our Call 6 Investigates' Kara Kenny has been digging into the possible reason for his sudden departure. She joins us now with what she uncovered. Kara.
That's right, Mark and Amanda. Mike Springer says he is parting ways with the district. In just a few minutes, the school board will be meeting to talk about a severance agreement. Mike Springer isn't saying why he's leaving, but we know the superintendent has been at odds with the school board over the handling of Tri-West football coach Tyler Bruce. It's an issue Call 6 Investigates has been covering for months. The superintendent pictured there recommended the board fire Bruce, but the board decided to keep the coach on staff. Bruce is under criminal investigation for sexual misconduct with a student, but he has not been criminally charged, and he denies any wrongdoing. The superintendent also recommended the board terminate 2 other school employees in connection with the Bruce matter. However, the board again went against Springer's recommendation. Springer has been superintendent since 2017, and his contract is not up until June 2020. Tonight's school board meeting gets underway at 6:30 p.m. at the Administration Center. The school district has nearly 2,000 students. Mark.
Our Kara Kenny, now to your Storm Team 6 forecast tonight. If you're headed out, make sure you have a jacket or a sweater. Another cool night is in store for you. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is watching the drop in temperatures. Kevin.
And thank you, Mark. And as the sun drops lower on the horizon by this point in the evening, you see the shadow line down there in Brown County as we look at the leaf cam, and not a whole lot of color there yet. But I think these afternoons where we warm up with lots of sunshine and then cool off at night will all start the process. Staying to the south first, Bedford 73, Seymour's at 73 as well. These temperatures at or slightly above average for this time of year. To the north, it's the low humidity, absolute sunshine, and the light wind that combine to make this just a spectacular day. Just to show you what will happen with overnight lows, we're back in the 40s tomorrow morning, but temperatures start to warm during the overnight as well as afternoon high temperatures the next several days. During the day tomorrow, lots of sunshine in the morning hours. We move quickly from the upper 40s into the low 60s by 11 a.m. Afternoon high temperature, low to mid 70s. Many spots will hit 75 for the magic number. This is the mild side of the forecast. You've got the other side, the cooler side. I'll share that with you coming up.
A woman and 4 police officers are recovering tonight after an early morning fire on the east side. It happened around 2:30 this morning at the Cumberland Manor Apartments in Cumberland. A neighbor called 911 after smelling smoke. Police were the first on scene. 2 of them ran into the burning building to help neighbors out. Firefighters helped a 16-year-old out of the burning apartment through a window. Her 40-year-old mother was found unconscious and taken to the hospital. One man who lives in the building says things may have ended much differently if it wasn't for the heroic actions of the first responders.
They did their job last night, and I believe that they saved the lady life like they did. And they put their own life in jeopardy to save her, so that was like a good sign. So it was actually amazing afterwards how everybody just worked together.
Investigators believe unattended food on the stove caused the fire. We'll hear from some of those heroic officers tomorrow.
The Indianapolis Fire Department will be getting nearly a dozen new vehicles to update its fleet. The IFD ordered 11 custom fire apparatus from a company in Wisconsin. That includes 6 pumpers, 2 aerial platforms, an aerial ladder, a walk-in rescue, and 1 tactical support unit. The pumpers are scheduled to arrive next month, with the other vehicles coming in January and April. This order is part of a 10-year apparatus replacement replacement plan that uses existing money in the IFD budget. The 6-year lease to purchase payment plan will cost $7.2 million. At the end of 6 years, IFD will own the vehicles. Plans are moving forward on a parcel of land that used to house a near North Side IFD station. The Metropolitan Development Commission approved a new plan last week for what's called a mixed-use development of 2 5-story buildings at 16th and Capitol. They'll be connected by a sky bridge to a parking garage across 15th Street. The plans also call for office space, a grocery store, and outdoor green space. It's unclear, though, when construction will start.
Winter might be kind to your energy bills. Both Citizens Energy and Vectren announced today they expect winter heating bills to be lower than last year. Assuming temperatures are normal, Citizens estimates the total natural gas bill for November through March to be about $430, down from $484 last winter. Vectren estimates bills in that same period to be about $440 to $450, down from $490 last year. If you need winter heating assistance, we have the resources you can check out in this story on the IndyChannel.com. Now to Democracy 2019, and you don't have to wait until next month to cast your ballots. Early voting is now underway around the state. Voters are casting ballots in mayor and council races. Some school districts also have referendums on the ballot. Right now in Marion County, early voting is only available here at the clerk's office in the city county building. Beginning October 26th, you'll also be able to vote at 4 satellite locations: the Perry, Warren, and Washington Township Government Centers and Craner Park.
Meantime, a new face has jumped into the race for governor in 2020. Democratic State Senator Eddie Melton of Gary has filed candidacy paperwork for a run to lead Indiana. Melton will officially announce his candidacy at an event in Gary in less than an hour. Indiana's Republican Schools Chief Jennifer McCormick will also be at this event. We don't know yet what role she will play in his campaign, if any. Melton joins former Indiana Health Commissioner Woody Myers and tech executive Josh Owens as candidates for the Democratic nomination for governor. Republican Governor Eric Holcomb is seeking re-election. Well, it is time to roll up your sleeve and get a flu shot, where lower cost vaccines are available this month.
And cracking the code of cybersecurity, the kids who are putting hacking skills to good use with an eye toward landing a future job.
And I'm Dave First as the Pacers return from India, where they come in threes. We're talking about the TJs on this team. There's TJ Warren, TJ McConnell, and TJ Leaf. The very unique side of this franchise coming up in our Sports Extra Spotlight.
And I'll roll with Dave's theme. The next 3 days, temperatures will remain above average. Then we'll have some big changes. And this is why. Off to the west, the storm system will line up ahead of a cold front. It'll generate snow in the northern plains, some thunderstorms moving our way.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
It's flu shot season, and the Marion County Health Department is hosting several immunization clinics this month to make sure you're protected from the flu. The department hosted 2 this morning, including this one at Southport Presbyterian Church, but there are more to come. These walk-in clinics provide flu shots for $20 for adults and kids ages 2 to 18. The vaccine is free for children under 2. The CDC recommends getting a flu shot by the end of October. However, getting a shot at any point during flu season offers protection from the virus.
It's important, of course, for the community because flu is extremely contagious, and we want to make sure that we're getting out in the communities and in locations that people can get to so that they can come and get their flu shots. So we want to make sure that we're available for people.
If you missed today's clinics, there are several other opportunities this month. The next is a week from today at Indiana Chin Baptist Church on the south side. That's located at 8528 Madison Avenue from 9 to noon. And Sunday, October 20th, there will be a clinic at St. Gabriel Catholic Church on the west side from 10 to noon. That church is located on the 6000 West 34th Street. There are 3 others later in the month. To see the complete list, look for this story on the IndyChannel.com.
Our Hiring Hoosiers initiative looks for ways schools are preparing students for jobs of the future. Technology touches just about every aspect of our lives. Jobs in cybersecurity are in high demand now, and we can expect them to be in demand in the future. As RTV6's Lauren Casey found out, Center Grove students are already preparing for those careers.
I feel like every day, there's a different puzzle.
Put down your pencils and paper. Students at Center Grove High School are hopping online, learning how to navigate the vast world of cybersecurity.
So we've started to, look at malicious files and how they're encoded or encrypted.
Blake Sessler is a junior, and he's one of 33 students taking this first-time course at the high school.
And with classes nowadays, they're based off of what you're going to do in a real-life application. Like, for example, this class, it's based off of, real stuff that you do as a cybersecurity manager. Like, you learn how to decode phishing emails.
The curriculum comes from Project Lead the Way, and the state of Indiana had a grant available for this type of class. Teacher Summer Ayersman tells us that they received that grant, and she started her training. Part of the class focuses on personal security and also network security. Students learn how to look for encrypted text, find viruses, and work with firewalls.
Keeping yourself secure, it changes almost every day.
Not only are the hackers and scammers becoming more and more part of society, but so is technology.
And I also think from a personal aspect, it just makes you so aware, because every career that you're going to go into, you're going to use technology.
Like senior Meredith Fain, the robotics team member, has an interest in computers and working in this field someday.
And my ultimate goal would probably be to go into penetration testing, which is like where companies hire you to hack them. I think it's like super fascinating.
And she knows a job like this will be in demand, so she's getting a jump start learning those skills.
Security is only becoming more and more important, so it's really critical to be able to have that secure base for your company, so that people you don't want in cannot get in.
Also, some of them want to do digital forensics, so they want to learn how can I, if a crime happens, how can I look at somebody's phone and see what they've done and look through those files.
And senior Josh Stevenson has taken the class.
What makes a good password, how those passwords are usually cracked.
Not because he wants a career in cybersecurity, but because he wants to be a software developer, and he knows that online security will be a big part of his personal and professional life.
All the colleges we were looking at had cybersecurity branches of their computer science. I didn't really know much about it, so I decided I wanted to take it in high school and just get a feel for what it was.
Working for you, Lauren Casey, RTV6.
Lauren, thanks. And the instructor says the only way a class like this is possible is through an organization like Project Lead the Way that allows students to use their virtual lab and become administrators so they can hack and access the network. The students obviously can't try that on this school's network. For more info on how to get this type of class in your child's school and Project Lead the Way, you can check out this story at our website, hiringhoosiers.com. Kevin.
I thought I'd start here with a little bar graph, just show you how temperatures will be way up here, possibly as warm as 80, maybe lower 80s Friday, and then temperatures fall off quickly and significantly into the weekend. Give you some specific numbers to go with this. Mid-70s tomorrow, a little warmer than today. We continue the trend Wednesday and Thursday and Friday ahead of a cold front, and that's what will open the door to much cooler conditions. It will feel like a great day for college football with highs across the state only in the 50s. Prior to that, what builds to the west ahead of the cold front, showers and thunderstorms, a little line here. They're actually getting snow then in the Dakotas, portions of Nebraska. For us, our chance for rain will increase during the day Friday. Here's some of the highlights. A strong south wind. If the rain holds off enough and the clouds, I do think we could exceed 79. This may have an impact on Friday night football. We'll wait and see. I mentioned that because Brad Brown is in my peripheral vision. Right overhead tonight, you can't miss it. International Space Station will fly over 7:57. Just step outside. Get out there a little bit early. It's never running late though. 7:57. Look low in the northwest. You'll pick up a steady white light. It'll pass 60 degrees above the horizon, and it's a good long past 6 minutes. You'll be able to stare at that before it disappears in the east-southeast. 73 in Muncie. That's the warm spot. Otherwise, within a degree or two of 70. And the mild temperatures to the south and west. We've pushed the coolest air now off to the east, and with our stronger southeast wind tomorrow and a south wind as we get to Thursday and Friday, temperatures will continue to climb. We'll have clouds around during the day Thursday, not leading to rain. These are mid to high level clouds that will be in central Indiana. Temperatures Thursday right at 80 in some spots, 80 in Columbus, otherwise upper 70s. That sets the stage then for Friday, where we have that thunderstorm potential returning to central Indiana. The cold front will sit just off to our west Friday morning. Coldest air back behind it for us as we go into the weekend. 56 That's the high anticipated Saturday. The chance for showers really confined to the morning hours. Sunday, 64 degrees, but I do think there'll be some spots that start in the 30s. Early next week, temperature at 65 Monday and Tuesday. Both days dry. 7-day forecast. As you look at the next 7 days, temperatures are warm at the beginning and then much cooler. But even that's fairly brief. So it's a glancing shot of much cooler air Saturday. We bounce back on Sunday, and we look back and we say, what happened?
Ease you into it. Ease you into the cooler temperature.
A little taste of it.
Right. And you may hear a little more about frost potential as we get to Sunday, Monday.
All right. Thank you, Kevin, for that.
Well, the Pacers got some nice weather, Brad, to come home to.
Indeed, at least for now. By the way, week 8 of the high school football season Friday night, Kevin. We'll look forward to that at the end of the week. But the Pacers spent last week halfway around the world. They are back home now from their trip to India to some pleasant weather here. Back to work as well. Plenty of new players on this season's roster for the blue and gold, but one name keeps coming up a little more than others. Our Dave First says, hey, TJ, in tonight's Sports Extra Spotlight.
Look around. There's a TJ here, there, and seemingly everywhere, and certainly easy to confuse which one you're talking about.
TJ playing the Warren, playing the 3 position.
For the record, he's TJ McConnell, he's TJ Leaf, and he's TJ Warren.
I'd say the worst part is when they say TJ, you see 3 heads turn like this.
This coach yelling TJ, and then all 3 of you guys.
Everyone yells TJ, and all 3 of us look. We got to work on that. We got to figure something out.
Using last names might be the easiest way. Consider, too, their shots are different. Which TJ has the best looking shot?
I mean, I don't know if you're watching the game in India, but TJ Warren was killing. It looks like TJ Warren. For sure, me. The best looking shot? Oh, yeah.
But the man who might have the toughest job in keeping it all straight might be the one who'll have to do it for you.
Who knows if this will ever happen, but there could be a TJ to TJ to TJ moment during a game.
They actually don't have the same first names because it's Timothy John McConnell, it's Anthony Warren Jr., and it's Ty Jacob Leaf.
You are the only guy in America that could rattle that off, by the way. That's impressive.
I'm a savant. I'm good at one thing.
So, what's in a name? How about a father's strong foundation? Leaf's dad, Brad, played at Evansville.
I mean, he's the reason I played basketball. I mean, he was coaching, so I was always in the gym. I was born in Israel because he was playing over there.
McConnell's dad, Tim, is a longtime high school coach in Pennsylvania.
Every day out here is kind of a nod to your father, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's like, you play so hard. But when you're taught to do that from such a young age, it's just natural.
And Warren's dad was the first Warren to play at NC State.
He's the main reason I went to NC State. I remember being really young and being a fan of the Wolfpack. I already knew where I wanted to go.
Even in the NBA, family matters, and especially in the preseason, where adjustments are truly the name of the game. So maybe ultimately call it a numbers game with just 2 preseason games left, 15 days before the opener on this 20-man roster. And yes, if it all works out, 3 TJs are better than 1. Dave First, RTV6 Sports.
Dave, thanks. The Pacers play the first of 2 preseason games at home this Friday night. That's against the Bulls at 7 o'clock, Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The other of those will be 1 week from tonight. In between will be the annual Fan Jam. That's on Sunday afternoon at 2:30. Always a ton of fun there. They'll have the Rookie Talent Show, a dunk contest, and more. Doors open at 1 o'clock Sunday for that. As for the regular season, it starts in just 2 weeks. Wednesday night, October 23rd is the opener. They will be at home as the Pacers take on the Detroit Pistons. They'll have a trio of road games after that one. The NBA has shortened its preseason, so those 2 games that I mentioned at home will be it for the Pacers until they get to the opener on the 23rd. Chance for us to check them out. We'll have that for you coming up Friday night right here for you then. Time to take another break. We'll be back to the studio to wrap up. The news at 6 next.
See a mutation? Ask your doctor about Pickray.
Well, have you voted yet? You only have until noon tomorrow to make your choice known for the name of the new baby dolphin at the Indianapolis Zoo. You can vote once a day. The little guy was born August 27th. The 3 names you can choose from are August, Leo, and Maui. Voting is taking place only on the zoo's Facebook page. The winning name will be announced Thursday. Obviously, I have my favorite pick of the three.
Don't influence us.
Don't influence there, right? We can guess.
Looking forward to seeing what name is picked.
It's just fun to watch them swim, hang out together in the crystal blue water.
Well, that's a name.
Say hello to Gidget.
Gidget.
Gidget's
Hello.
onto something
Gidget
here.
Stone.
Notice the sweater. Good idea, Gidget.
Right.
We won't need it really until the weekend, but go ahead and warm up. Thanks, Joseph, for sending in the picture.
Hilarious picture. We love that one. Thanks for joining us tonight.
See you at 7.